I think, ma'am, one major shift that I think we all are seeing in this generation, they really talk more openly about mental health, their emotional well-being. So, are these Gen Zs are really mentally strong, or they are more vulnerable to the situation?
So children do get attracted. Children छोड़ो हम लोग भी attracted हो जाते हैं, right?
बिल्कुल.
There are multiple theories about, if you want to work, people want to talk about manifestation. Somebody says, relax ho jao, you'll get karma. So everything is available. You understand it?
One thing that defines Gen Z really is that they are always on internet. Have you seen a shift in their attention span as well?
So there is a question, what should they ask?
Ma'am, have you seen society giving labels easily?
The generation which we are raising, we're all struggling to, really raise this generation, and we're labeling them.
Generation is in a FOMO mode.
But all the professionals, they all are in FOMO.
Ma'am, most importantly is social media amplifying the comparison and any self-doubt in this generation?
I'm giving all the facilities to my child, giving all the love and all the respect. But why is the other child doing this thing? So because you're showing up, so there is a comparison. So yes, that is there. A self-doubt definitely comes.
Majorly one kid or maximum two, and they're not living with their grandparents.
And also they are overprotecting them. It's both.
We'll see your teacher, we'll see your principal. So there's a major shift in the attitude of the parents as well.
So it's not only for parents. How can only the school be responsible?
According to you, what strengths does Gen Z generation is bringing to the culture? Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond the Classroom podcast. So today's conversation is not just about a topic or a system, but it's about a generation. Yes, the Gen Z generation, which are oftenly misunderstood or society makes an opinion about it. Every generation thinks that the next one is less understood, more distracted, and less fragmented.
Absolutely.
But teachers oftenly say that students are not paying attention anymore. Parents complain that their child is always on screen and television. And in between, society says that this generation is fragile and emotionally weaker. So are we asking the right question? Are we trying to understand this generation with the mindset that no longer fits in today's world? To understand this deeper, so we have our today's guest who not only interacts with this generation from outside, but on a daily basis while within the education system. Let's welcome Ms. Monica Khanna, CEO of Mount Olympus Group of Schools. With over 20 years of experience in education leadership, she is also the founder member of Mount Olympus Group and has played a key role in scaling it to multiple campus institutions across Delhi and NCR region. She is known for driving innovation, education technology, and future-ready learning. Her work continues to shape modern schooling in a meaningful way. Her leadership has been recognized with honors like the Visionary Education Leaders Award by Education World, Emerging School Leader of the Year, and Exceptional Woman of Excellence recognition. Ma'am, it's a pleasure to have you on this podcast today. How are you feeling today?
Good, Pulkit. I'm absolutely very happy about it, and great that Beyond the Classrooms is really helping a lot of people understand a lot of queries.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And before getting into the real conversation, I just want to understand your journey as an educationist. I'm very sure you have wore multiple hats, headed multiple departments, and now the CEO of Mount Olympus Group. So what is your journey so far, ma'am?
Pulkit, the journey had been really beautiful, and this is the reason that today, if I'm able to understand the sides of a management, educationalists, and children, is only because of the kind of experience I'm having. My career started long time back. I've seen all hats. I've worked everywhere. I was into dancing. I was into events. I was into teaching. There had been several hats which I've already taken at different levels. And today I'm here as a CEO of Mount Olympus Group of Schools, and I feel really privileged that I have seen every bit of stage where child sees, people understands, people work, and that's how I'm able to express my decisions very nicely to my team. So the team building, how to work in every circumstances is what I've learned through all those levels where I've come through. And I think this is the thing which is really helping me today understand how people are expressing, how people are working, where are the misses, and how I can help. Because I've been there. I've been a teacher, I've been a choreographer, I've been into, as an admission counselor, I've been as a strategic head, I've been a marketing person, a salesperson, everywhere. Whatever designations you can think about, I have already worked there. So I understand what my other person is feeling and expecting from an employer. And that's how I think we're building it beautifully now. Yes.
Absolutely, ma'am. Your experience says this all. And I'm pretty sure, ma'am, in the past 2 decades, you have interacted with every kind of parent, every kind of student. So what difference you are seeing nowadays, like the student 10 years back and the students like coming right now? So what difference in nature or in their behavior you are noticing?
So, you know what, you're asking a person who's already so much, devotional to this particular topic, because I have really seen that there is a change.
Yes.
We were also a student. We've taught when, I was a teacher. It's like maybe 20 years back. And then gradually we're building. We've seen there is a change in children. And there is a gap which is there, which maybe nobody expects, but there is a gap. And that's why, I don't know if you know or not, I've opened my own channel, which is only talking about this particular gap. So yes, it's important so that people should realize that there is a gap, which is that maybe we discussed during this podcast. But yeah, there is a change because children are more aware. They're really, really aware about a lot of things. And they're expecting some right answers. And I think which we are not able to give them. And I think that is the gap.
So, ma'am, have you seen society giving labels easily? When we are millennials, you're also
Absolutely,
millennial.
yeah.
So there's a label that millennials they spend wisely, they save more, they see the situation, then they react, and we are the generation who doesn't give up on things very easily. So have you seen any labels? Have you seen a shift in this with Gen Z generation?
Definitely, they've been treated as they are not, they're labeled as that they're confused. The Gen Z doesn't know how to react, and they're lazy. So I think these are the labels which the current generation is facing, and I think that's why I said it's quite alarming that the generation which we are raising, we're all struggling to really raise this generation, and we're labeling them. So it's I think it's a question mark on us directly. Don't you think so?
Yes, ma'am, we are labeling, and I think there's a shift in their mindset as well.
Absolutely.
There's shift in their working style as well.
Yeah.
And I think giving opinions is easy, but actioning on those and guiding them to the right direction is a different task. So I think we have to play a major role in guiding them to the right direction and guiding them to what they need in life. So, I mean, in their attention, have you seen a shift in their attention span as well?
Yes, Pulkit, like you just said that, there is a gap, but then who is understanding that gap? And now our generation as millennials, you and me sitting here, we should understand that they're aware. They're aware about a lot of things. So there is a shift that maybe a question they want to ask very frequently or easily, they already ask the people. It is available or through a social media platform or through people or through even posters or even through billboards. 90% information they already get.
Yes.
So there is a question, what should they ask? And 80%, because I talk to Gen Z so much, many a times they say that, maybe we want to ask something, maybe we don't know the answer, but we know कि वहाँ से answer कभी आएगा ही नहीं. We will not give them the right answer because first we will guide them and we will, हम ज्ञान ज़्यादा देते हैं, right? We start giving them ज्ञान before even, listening to their query and answering them well. So I think yes.
Okay, ma'am, I think one thing that defines Gen Z really is that they're always on internet. They're always on their screen. They're always checking what's the new update. So the digital exposure, the too much digital exposure, giving them a positive impact or driving to the negative thing?
Again, it is up to us how we see it. It is available, so they will do it. Let's
It
be
is
very clear.
yes.
I mean, we can't say we try at most. Parents come these days. We're meeting parents who says that my child is into screen. Who's putting them into screen? You are putting them into screen. Talk to children. Make a timeline. 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever. But then it is available. Today, if we say that things are there, but बच्चा नहीं करे, वो possible नहीं है. How we distract them with our own good information, the child gets really attractive and excited about it. तभी तो वो छोड़ेगा.
बिल्कुल.
Let's be very clear about it. So, yes, it is a distraction. There has to be some driving force from parent and our millennials or boomers or whosoever that pushes them back, that pulls them back from the going to the screen. कि हमारे parents, हमारे teachers, हमारे principals हमें वो ज़्यादा बताएंगे जो हमें इंटरनेट से मिल रहा है. So we
They
have to be
that
more
mindset like we'll get something extra.
absolutely and more available without any gyan. I want to say I bar because I'm using this word because I've seen when I talk to these children, when I meet them, they all say that ma'am, nobody goes to the root cause. Why? Our answer of why is never answered well, appropriately. We guys ourselves, we don't have time. We're meeting up. We've been discussing to have this meeting, but we're meeting this after 4 months, right? So that means there is no time. We are so much engaged, right? So they want the right answer at the right time, in the right frequency. I think हम वो miss out कर जाते हैं.
Absolutely, ma'am. And I think, ma'am, इनसे उनका कहीं जो shorter उनका attention span है, so I think उस पे effect ज़्यादा आ रहा है, or they have a good attention span. What's your opinion about
No,
it?
I think attention span is less because again, coming back to the same answer, they're not getting the right answer. It's not exciting enough. It doesn't excite them because उनके पास already सब available है. If they want to talk about, if you say these days children are already aware. पहले बच्चे confused रहते थे कहाँ जाना है. They're already aware about which career they want to choose, which universities, how is it done. I'm telling you, information is there available everywhere.
It's a good side of them as well. They are more aware in the society.
Absolutely.
And they know what they have to done in.
Exactly. If the same thing which is already there, rather than saying कि हम अपने ज़माने में ये करते थे, you tell them in our experience, this is what we missed, which you should not. They will listen. They will listen.
Right.
We always tell them that हम ये करते थे, तुम्हें ये करना चाहिए, which is not possible now. It's a different world altogether. Nobody today also I will take feedback from people. I will understand today also if I have to take a small decision even in my institution, though I'm at a very pedestal level, but I still will take feedback from people and I'll take a decision. I'll just not instantly say हमें ये करना है, right? So things are aware. You have to choose wisely what needs to be done and which attracts me, which excites me. I will take it up, that particular thing. So we are millennials, हम शायद समझ पाते हैं, बच्चे नहीं समझ पाते. Simple.
So ma'am, in my opinion, most schools are teaching the same curriculum, and I think this needs to change. So as a school CEO, what is your take on this? Like this generation needs are different. The teaching pattern should be different. So what is your take on this?
Here, if I'll say something, it will be a little controversial, but yes, I feel that we all are really looking up to getting something really nice for these children, something lucrative, which is to 21st century skills. People are talking about life skills. There is a curriculum change. The curriculum changes in the CBSE has just happened after the school has begun. The school is struggling, teachers are struggling. We are adding a lot of new things, right? Life skills dal do, vocational studies dal do, SUP, a lot of things which we are adding. But how to do it? Nobody is talking about execution. I think I am feeling that we are doing as a checklist. So, and these children are smart. They know that it is for a checklist. Earlier, when we were learning and when we were studying, that time, if a teacher used to plan some nice events in school, हम कितने मजे आते थे. School fete was also very good, right? It was most exciting to wait for a school fete yearly, right? These days, every week is a fete, something or the other to showcase, to satisfy a parent, to justify this thing. So much is available, right? So curriculum में है issues अभी भी, I feel, because we are adding on lot of in the checklist, but we are not removing them. अभी भी वो marks हैं. we are still, judging them through marks, and these people are not. We're talking about life skills kaam aayenge next year. Yearly, life skills will be helpful. Child should know all this. Child should be aware. But still, report card is still there. The marks 100 out of 100. Today, the results have come. Every school has boasted their 10th and 12th results, right? So it's important. So there is a little confusion there. A lot of countries have removed. Just for example, I'll just say COVID wale time pe hamara shuru hua tha that remove the screens. So there was we all were following smart boards, right? So people said less of screen time should be done. The schools removed it for the betterment of the children. Now once the COVID is gone, parents are still struggling. The same schools which took them off, now parents are only asking to put them back. So what are we struggling? So there is a little teaching pattern is a little confusion, which needs some alignment. And I think then is that time, because I meet a lot of children during the time of investiture ceremony hoti hai schools mein. I directly meet the children to understand. I take the interviews on a separate level. Levels hote hain, then I meet. I generally ask them, what is good for you? Kya kara school mein? Kuch acha tha, kuch relevant tha. I must tell you, 80% the ideas which they give that, ma'am, in this school, abhi 100 initiatives lekar aaye, these were non-relevant for us. And really, it really means sense. Then when you calculate, अरे हमने तो इतनी मेहनत करके we had put on money, we had investment किया, and it is not relevant for children because they said, मैम उससे हमारा क्या फायदा हुआ? And it is a questionable thing.
Yes.
So it is, as institutions and as leaders, we should not follow a checklist. We should actually see what is relevant for these children. Relevance for these children is that there is too much for them to handle. Too much. We are ourselves saying that there's too much online available. So schools में भी हम too much दे रहे हैं. I'm not saying go back to the basics, but I think we should relevantly see what is relevant for them. What is better for them, कि वो कम करें, अच्छा करें, उसी को हम execute करें. I think then all the teaching, gaps will be met really well.
Ma'am, I think the initiatives that Mount Olympus is taking and keeping things updated, बहुत schools नहीं कर रहे हैं ये चीज़, and अगर सब schools adopt करेंगे, so जो ये generation I think वो बहुत clarity से और बहुत अच्छे से excel कर पाएगी. So I just want to understand, like, this generation is in a FOMO mode, like, because lots of information is available and always they are feeling like this is missed. So is it really true?
Shall I say something, Pulkit? Is it only this Gen Z? Or aren't we in FOMO? We ourselves as educators, and I'm not even taking it, I'm from education, so I'm talking as educator, but all the professionals, they all are in FOMO. Everybody has this thing, हमसे miss ना हो जाए, हमारी checklist miss ना हो जाए. Everybody, I'm telling you, the entire world is following a checklist. Nobody, even if there are certain right people who are trying to do some right work, उनको थोड़ा तो time लगता है, right? उनके, till the time they don't have million followers, we will not actually follow their philosophy. तो वो जो time उन्होंने मेहनत करी है, so there are very few who does that. So I think we all are in FOMO. So just judging that only these Gen Z are in FOMO, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I must tell you, half of the Gen Zs are not even bothered. I meet them, I talk to them, they are not into that race. They said, I don't know if you know or not, should I even say, even a lot of children are not, they're even skipping social media also. Because it is already, उनके पास account होए ना होए, but it is okay. Things are available. चाहे वो YouTube हो, चाहे वो TV हो, चाहे mom का phone हो, dad का phone हो, everything is available.
Right. Ma'am, most importantly, is social media amplifying the comparison and any self-doubt in this generation?
Yeah, I think yes. ये तो है. There is a self-doubt because उनको देख के we ourselves compare a lot of things, right? The moment I see a different school doing really well, I will start comparing that my results. I'm talking about results because it happened today. So I'm saying that we will say कि अरे उन school का आ गया, हम तो इतना मेहनत करा. So similarly, it goes for the children also. When you will see other child doing really well, you will always have a doubt for your own child. That, I'm doing everything. I'm putting my child in the best school. I'm giving all the facilities to my child, giving all the love and all the respect. But why is the other child doing this thing? So because you're showing up, so there is a comparison. So yes, that is there. A self-doubt definitely comes.
And I think, ma'am, one major shift that I think we all are seeing in this generation, they really talk more openly about mental health, their emotional well-being. So, are these Gen Zs are really mentally strong, or they are more vulnerable to the situation?
So when we talk about this particular topic, again coming back, because now they're more aware. All your answers are more aware.
More aware.
पहले हम लोगों को we did not know the definition of anxiety, mental stress. Now it's all available. You call, you just message about this thing. You have so much available. You'll have quotations talking about relax your mental health, your aura, your this thing. So children do get attracted. Children छोड़ो हम लोग भी attracted हो जाते हैं, right?
बिल्कुल.
There are multiple theories about, you know, if you want to work, people want to talk about manifestation. Somebody says relax ho jao, you'll get karma. So everything is available. You understand it? So regarding mental health also, now people are more aware. The things are aware. So they have something to question about. So when they will question about, then it is a problem, and then will everybody is talking to, right? Like I'll give you a very small example. Now this is the 9th. Now we'll be getting into the 10th year of our school running. We are in the 10th
Okay.
year. It's our milestone year. My work is as a CEO because all my team is doing really great work. We work on the processes. We check. We make a process. We check. Is it good or bad, right? I've just checked that our this whole counseling department, so it is really doing great. All the parents, चाहे वो किसी और की चीज के बारे में फीडबैक दे, पर वहां पे सिर्फ अच्छा फीडबैक आता है. I'm just giving an example. Because everybody goes to the counselor, everybody gets good answers from the counselor. So I thought, why not be? So we call it as a be positive wing. We call it usme career counseling, child health, and you know, everything comes there. Child mentoring, and you know, everything comes there. It's a very strong, powerful unit of Mount Olympus Group of Schools. And then when I entered, 4 months, I'm just working with that. Everybody's in love with my counselor. Everybody, every teacher, every child. Wahan pe, if you see our counselor room, it is so beautiful. Children have written handwritten notes, you know, such nice. For what? I really worked on it कि ऐसा हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम अच्छा ही कर रहे हैं. I'm not saying अच्छा नहीं कर रहे. It's just that we were listening. That teacher, that whole counseling one was listening to the children, listening to the teacher. So it is one of the most loved unit of school. So that
How
means
amazing this.
it is so beautiful. So that means listening power. जिस दिन हम बढ़ा देंगे, more than I'll come back to the same. See, it's a circle of life. I'm coming back to circle of discussion which we are coming back to. That if we listen to them, if we understand and not give our own experience ज्ञान to them, give them the right answer in that minimalistic way, सब अच्छा ही होएगा. It's simple that.
It's just that
कोई
you need to
rocket
listen
science
them.
नहीं है, कोई rocket science नहीं है about this whole thing. It is about, जैसे ही हम नहीं समझ में आता यार इनको anxiety है, इनको problem है, they're going through something, because we are talking about that.
I think listening to them patiently is
Is the
required.
only key,
Is the
nothing
only
else. Nothing else.
So, ma'am, nowadays mostly nuclear families are there, majorly one kid or maximum two, and they're not living with their grandparents.
Their grandparents.
So, parents are overprotecting their child, or they are under-involved.
I think both, Pulkit. And this topic is extremely sensitive. This whole concern is very sensitive for the principals these days, you know, because these days on LinkedIn and the conversations when we have off school, it's always this. Because I'll tell you something, what is happening majorly is because of these nuclear families and whatever disconnect that, you know, we are living separately, work pressure, whatever. This is what is like missing out, right? Parents are really overprotective. एक आपने उससे पहले क्या बोला था?
Are they overprotecting or they are under-involved?
हाँ.
But because sometimes both parents are working.
Yeah.
And they have like the regular jobs, the regular businesses, so they are giving less time to children. Family
Absolutely.
time nahi hai. So what's the...
So it's both when I say Pulkit, because they are actually not much involved because of their work pressure and their work culture and the way, you know, the life is, sabko kaam bhi karna hi hai, right? And also they are overprotecting them. It's both. I'll tell you a very small example. You just give me an answer to iska kya answer hona chahiye, because hum principals, when I talk to my principals and other principals, this is a more sensitive topic that these days parents have lost trust in the schools completely.
Yes.
And they're just taking it as like a unit which has to just deliverable. They have to deliver something. If you're paying, so you have to deliver. And parents are talking about that. I'll give you an example. There was a parent who had come and he was not giving the school fee for any good reason. Okay, it could be reason that it could be more, or he was not happy, or there was some constraint, which is okay. So he's gone to all the levels and all, and it eventually came to me. अब अगर अब मेरे पास आए, तो that means that I've gone to all the staffs, to admin, to principal, to everybody, and then it's come to me, and I met the parent, and he had already fought with everybody for not paying the fee, and then when he met me, he said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. The school is not delivering best for my child, so I will not pay." I said, "What is the delivery you want? I just want to know that." He said, "Ma'am, they don't know English at all. They don't speak English. So this is the reason, and I've told the entire school, and I'm not happy." So I said, "Okay, that means a child coming to the school is only coming to learn English." Agree? Bilkul. It is absolutely right. You put a child in an English medium school, it should be
You expect this thing.
You expect this, and it's absolutely. So I wanted to know about you. I said, "So what about your family? Who all are there in your family?" He very openly said, "Ma'am, see, हमारे पास तो time नहीं है. I am working. I have these 2 kids. They are in your school. I have no time. I am busy almost every Sunday. I maximum meet 10 minutes to my child on a Sunday." And I said, "What about the..." Wait, she doesn't know. She is from the village. She doesn't know to speak English also. She cannot teach. So I don't have time. We've given it to you. You have to teach them English." I said, "What grade your child is in?" The child was in grade 1. I said, "Sir, you have to understand that you are not giving even 10 minutes in the entire week. Your children are seeing all the Hindi episodes or whatever because your wife is happy with that. Yes. I mean, your wife is comfortable in a Hindi language, so she has to completely communicate with that. And the children are just in grade 1. And you are not delivering because school is not able to teach them English in just 1 year." I said, it's a process. So there is a lag, what I was talking about. There is an over expectation and under involvement by a parent, and then they expect everything from a school. So there is a disconnect, there is a trust issues. This is just English. Because I wanted to be very safe while I'm talking on a podcast, but there are several different issues which are very concerning. When we sit after the school and we realize the parent was fighting for that, and school is fighting and protecting the children. Many a times you've seen, there is our parents come and fight for, the guard has asked us to, not put the car right in front of the gate. Why will the school allow that? Our children are coming from there. They're your kids, right? And the guard says that, "Sir, aap car bahar park kariye." And then he just picked them up from the collar. You cannot say. Where are we heading to? We all don't have time. Even school teachers don't have time.
And I think, ma'am, parents वो realize नहीं हो रहा कि इस चीज का जो impact है वो students पे या उनके बच्चों पे खुद
because the others are also seeing that this is the way it has to be reacted.
Yes.
The moment teacher is going to say something, we're going to tell it to our parents. So these parents are not asking, "How was the day? Did ma'am teach something really well?" They ask, "How was the day? Ma'am ने डांटा? Ma'am ने कुछ बोला?
मैम ने आपको खाना
खाना खिलाया? किसी और खाना नहीं खिलाया?" What kind of questions are these?
I think I also visit school and I have seen this. There's a change in the behavior of parents as well. When I was in school, I'm telling a personal story. जब हम ऐसे PTM होते थे या इन बिटवीन स्कूल में किसी के भी पेरेंट्स को बुलाते थे प्रिंसिपल की कल प्रिंसिपल ने बुलाया, तो माय पेरेंट्स यूज्ड टू बी लाइक लिटिल अफ्रेड कि क्यों बुलाया आपके स्कूल में प्रिंसिपल ने, क्या गलत किया. दे क्वेश्चन अस कि तुमने ही कुछ गलत किया होगा, स्कूल तो इतना अच्छा है, इतनी एक्टिविटीज कराता है. बट नाउ आई हैव सीन दिस, अगर स्कूल में से प्रिंसिपल या किसी क्लास टीचर का कॉल आया है, दिल से ओके हम चलेंगे, हम बात करेंगे क्या है, मतलब we'll see your teacher, we'll see your principal. So there is a major shift in the attitude of the parents as well.
And then nobody's understand. That's what I'm saying. Again, going back, there's no time for anybody.
No time for anyone.
So it's not only for parents. How can only be school be responsible? It's a whole unit. And हम किसके लिए fight कर रहे हैं? इन बच्चों के लिए, for the betterment of these kids. And ultimately we're saying they are, what was the word we used initially?
Under involved.
No. For the kids. Yeah. And
Gen Z.
ultimately, we talk about these kids and we label them that they're confused.
Yes.
Gen Z does not know. They're lazy. They are confused. So, for what? So ultimately, it's the right time, Pulkit, because I don't know, कोई झंडा तो फहरा नहीं सकता. But then ultimately, it is that there has to be some trust. Some जैसे होता है ना कि ट्रिटी जैसे हमने वो किया था. मोदी जी brought lockdown when the COVID happened. नोटबंदी हुई. There has to be some like a compliance
hard
coming
stop
and a
should
hard
be-
stop where people say कि start trusting each other. Because intention of everybody is right only. No teacher would want कि मैं अच्छे बच्चे को ना पढ़ाऊं. No teacher would want कि मैं बच्चे को कोई नुकसान पहुंचाऊं. चीजें हो जाती हैं. We can always discuss. Things can get better. And ultimately, they are the ones who are seeing all this. So yeah.
Absolutely, ma'am. Ma'am, I think everyone comes with strengths as well. So according to you, what strengths does Gen Z generation is bringing to the culture? Or to the world?
To the world, I feel, I don't know, maybe this answer 90% people won't accept, but I have met them, I've seen them, that what the right thing is, I think मेरे को लगता है वो resilient हैं. मुझे लगता है वो absorbing हैं. They are more absorbing because the kind of pressure we are giving them, the kind of expectation we are having from them is very difficult to handle here. I somehow feel they have a lot of brain and strength there in their mind so that they're able to absorb. चाहे उनके जो the kind of reaction they're making, that is up to them. वो तो हम धीरे धीरे reactions because either they will push back. हमें करना ही नहीं है, हमें पता है, like whichever way. So I feel I feel that they are very strong. They are strong with the mind. This is the reason उनको पता है स्कूल लड़ता रहेगा, पेरेंट्स लड़ते रहेंगे, मीडिया वो करता रहेगा, हम वही करेंगे जो हमें करना है. Ultimately, this is why this is coming at. So I feel that the brain is strong to absorb everything. हम वो शायद नहीं कर पाते, हम confused हो जाते हैं, हम डांटने लग जाते हैं. We express that way. They are very strong in their head and their mind. They're relaxed. हमें पता नहीं क्या करना है.
And I think, ma'am, this
They're
generation,
more clearer.
They're more clearer and they are less afraid of the situations
Absolutely, absolutely. They're less afraid. We're so, so afraid. Oh, somebody's going to question us. We have to give this 1,000 answers. They will just give one answer, period.
as well. And they are more expressing and they know what they want to do in life.
When you say, a lot of people say, ये जवाब ही नहीं देते, बात नहीं करते, expression. For me, that is also an expression. That is as a parent and as people and as adults, we have to understand why are they doing this expression. And because आपने उनका कोई ना कोई एक answer नहीं दिया होगा. I'm again telling you, you must have not heard. So the best way is to just hear them, talk to them, anything. And it will get an answer. 100%.
Absolutely. So, ma'am, now we are getting into a rapid fire thing. So,
Oh, okay.
I'll ask you a question and you just have to answer that in a very quick and a short manner. Okay. One thing parents should stop doing.
I guess they should stop telling them about their past and what did they experienced because it's redundant now.
Okay.
हम ये किया करते थे, अब नहीं करना है.
Amazing. One thing parents should start doing with this generation.
Start listening. Simple. Start talking to them and start listening to them. Even if it is haywire, talk to them. You will get an answer.
One thing school must change immediately for this generation.
Labeling them. I guess. I think we should stop labeling them before even entering the class. If I say, we बच्चे तो सुनेंगे नहीं, I think we have to stop labeling them and, change the pattern of teaching. Become their friends. I think we should do that, yeah.
One habit Gen Z should build for the future.
I think habit of working hard. Because irrespective of whatever we do, काम तो करना पड़ेगा. So I think habit of working. Not assuming कि हो जाएगा and इतने काम पे हो जाएगा. I think they should build to do a little hard work because ultimately काम तो आएगा ही आएगा. So that's how, I guess.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, ma'am, that brings to me the last question. So, if a Gen Z student watching this episode and you have to give one tip to them for their future, so what will be that tip?
I guess that I'm already in love with a lot of Gen Zs and I really want to understand that where is that gap coming where we all people are labeling you, which I also don't like. But I think one only small tip is that you guys are doing brilliant, but दोस्त बनाओ मिल लो. You should meet some seniors, some experienced people, not to take gyan from them, but to understand what is the right way. I think that will just make life beautiful, and you guys are really doing really well. And all the best for your future life.
And ma'am, from your experience, I think you should give one tip for the parents and for the educators as well. How to deal with the situation better, how to deal with this generation better.
Only the thing is from my side is that we have to bring a pact of trust somewhere. I'll give you a very small example. वो कोई educator, मतलब it's nothing to do with education. How can you start driving a car if you're only getting scared that कोई ना कोई उस कार का accident कर देगा या दूसरी कार नहीं चलेगा? आप चला सकते हो कार? Can you come on the road if you always feel scared that somebody is going to hit the car? It is not possible.
Not possible.
कुछ होगा तो या तो वो गलती हुई होगी, उसका सोल्यूशन फिगर आउट हो जाएगा. सो आई थिंक एज स्कूल्स एंड एज पेरेंट्स यू टू स्टार्ट हैविंग दैट ट्रस्ट. Pill खा लो, trust pill. Maybe I think if somebody can help, there's so many investors coming in. If there can be a trust pill happening, I think that will be brilliantly sold in India right now. Because this generation, when I'm not talking Gen Z, I'm not, this time needs trust.
Trust. Amazing tip, ma'am. And I think this tip will be valuable and helpful for like whosoever is watching this episode. And thank you so much for coming today as a guest on this podcast, sharing your insights, sharing your valuable learnings with our audience, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pulkit. It was a lovely podcast, and I think all these questions are very close to my heart. And thank you. I had a very good time.
Thank you, ma'am.